Hi, AT from CNC at Home. My friend had an idea for a coaster. He does some gaming thing and there was a module that he wanted a coaster for. He sent me an image that was rectangular and I said that the coasters were square, so he took it into Photoshop or some such program and did some photo AI thing to it to increase the width, just kind of fill it out. Turned out pretty well. And we want to make a coaster now. So he sent a PDF. We'll need to open that. LightBurn will open PDF files. We'll open that and we'll need to adjust some properties more than likely so that it looks good and get that burned. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's start by opening the PDF file. So I'll just come under here, say open, and select that from my directory structure. It brings the image in and converts it to black and white. The first thing I want to do is size it to be the right size for a coaster. We know that the coaster is around 108 millimeters, so I'm going to go 109 just so it's a teeny bit bigger. That way we can get full edge-to-edge coverage. We'll put it down in the lower corner and zoom in on it. As we can see, it's pretty dark. There's lots of black. There's a little detail in here and back in here. If we did a preview without making any setting changes, it's pretty dark. So let's see what our settings are. So for our layer, that looks like coaster or titanium dioxide settings. This is a little big. Let's change that to 0.1. And we'll just bring in our library just to make sure. And we'll assign that to the layer. Yep. So I really should change that in my library. Let's do that. I'm going to go to my library and change this to 0.1 line interval, 0.1 millimeters for my line interval. We'll save that. That shouldn't really have changed this too much. So we're going to have to lighten this up. So if I go over to my shape properties, we'll change the brightness. Let's go up to 20. And that really brightens that up. The letters are more white and we can see quite a bit more detail. In our preview, what does it look like? Looking a little better, still awfully dark over here and in here, not much detail. Let's lighten it up a bit more. Let's go to 30. Again, still pretty dark, but in the image we're starting to see a lot more of that detail come through. And in our preview, okay, our letters are pretty white. The background or the moon is very white. Still not seeing much of the detail in here. Don't know if I want to go much lighter. We can give it a try. Maybe 35? Okay, I'll bite. Let's go to 40. Okay, now we're starting to see some of this over here, but we've lost some of the detail here in the tail and in the moon. It's getting a bit too light. So what if we go back to 30? And what if we mess with the contrast? Because that's helped us in the past. Let's go negative 30 on the contrast. See how that previews. Have a little bit of detail here. Still have some detail in the tail. That might not be too bad. Let's use that setting. We have our image parameters set for this, so that should be good. We have the size set. Let's go ahead and send this to the laser. See how it turns out. Before we get started, I'm going to do a quick frame to make sure that the laser and the tile are positioned well. And that looks like it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and start the burn. Alright, let's get this out of the laser, get it cleaned up, and see what it looks like. Preliminary looks good. That turned out pretty well. It's a little lighter maybe than we'd want. Let's see if we can make this better. I'm going to reverse some of the contrast changes that I made and make this a little darker, see if it turns out better. I think we can do better than what this tile turned out. There were a couple things on this. The blacks weren't as black as they should be. One thing I did check was the lens, and it was starting to cloud over, meaning that it was a little dirty, so I've cleaned that. I believe we can do a good burn on our image if we darken it up just a little bit. We're currently at contrast of -30 and a brightness of 30. So let's go down to 20, see what that looks like. Do a quick preview. That's definitely too dark. We're not getting anything in here. Let's go up a little bit. We'll go 25. We do see a little bit of stuff in the background here. We see a lot in the moon. Not sure if this contrast is really what we need either. Gonna turn that back up. Do a preview, see what that looks like. Maybe flatten that out a little bit. Oops, there we go. Let's try that, see what it looks like. Okay, not too bad. Just tweak that up a little bit. Okay, so there's detail in the moon, a little bit of detail in the background, just a little. And this will be lighter when we print it out. Let's go ahead and send this to the laser and see what it looks like. What I want to show you now is how I get my laser zeroed on my tile, since I'm going to use a local coordinate system. I'll get it close using big moves. Now I'll go ahead and fire the laser. And then I will switch into just a step mode. This is a 1/2 millimeter step at a time. I'm just right at the bottom of the tile. Okay, so millimeter off. 1/2 millimeter, it's just starting to hit the edge. So that'll be a good spot. So I'll just come up 2, so I'm on the tile. 2 as in 2/2 millimeters. And then we'll just go to the left until the laser dot disappears off the tile. Then we'll go back down a couple. This should be a good spot. Let's go ahead and frame it, see how it looks. Okay, it's off the tile so far. That's a good position. With that, we'll go ahead and start the burn using our new contrast and brightness settings. See how this turns out. Oh, and a clean lens. Move the gantry out of the way and see what that looks like. Okay, this definitely has some blacker blacks to it. This is going to turn out pretty nicely. Let's go get the titanium dioxide cleaned off and take a look. Here we have the tile all cleaned up. Looks pretty good. It's better than the previous one. It's got some nice black to it. This looks a bit washed out. Part of that was the dirty lens, but part of it, I think we just went a little too light. There's a little more detail in here, but you can still kind of see it here. So this one on the left, I think, turned out better. I'll get a cork back put on that and give that to my friend. Hopefully he enjoys that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the content of our channel, think about subscribing. It really helps us out. Enjoy doing your CNC at home projects.
Oops.
So let's go ahead and do a frame. Alright, somehow I got switched back into absolute coordinates. That's not a good deal. Let's try this again.